You hear the river before you see it. Miles of salt marsh and winding creeks that don't hurry, they just are. On any given morning, this stretch of the Cooper River looks the same, wide, patient, indifferent to most of what stays and what goes. Hey, I'm Duncan. I explore South Carolina's backroads, hidden places, and the stories behind them. I call my bike the Berlin Bear, not for how fast we go, but for how we arrive, quietly, intentionally. This morning I rode out to Magnolia Cemetery, not to stay long, that comes later, but just long enough to launch from a place built on memory. Today I'm letting the river lead, up over the marsh grass, over slow water and tidal creeks, not chasing a story, just paying attention. I was drawn north along the river towards something older, something forgotten, a structure that has outlived its own purpose. They call it a coal tipple. Built in 1915, this concrete and brick skeleton once mattered. Coal moved through here. Steam, sweat, labor. Fuel for ships tied to these docks. Energy for a city that needed it. Today it stands mostly silent, weathered, rusted, a rumor of its own history. You can almost imagine the noise, the clatter of machinery, voices over steam, the rhythm of work. Across the river, the skyline tells a different story now. Cranes rise like sentinels. Containers stack where coal once was moved. The port of Charleston hums nonstop, one of the busiest container ports in the southeast, moving millions of tons of cargo every year. One structure stands still, the other never pauses. Time has a strange current. It doesn't erase all at once. It layers. The same river that carried coal to the shore a century ago still flows past cranes and containers today. Machines change. Work changes. The names on the dock change. But the river stays. Indifferent to the buildings it outlives, unbothered by the hands that measure its years. What will this place look like in another 100 years from now? More cranes, more containers, or another husk, waiting for someone to notice it again? The water doesn't answer. It just keeps moving. I launched the drone from Magnolia this morning. It felt fitting. A place built on memory, sending me towards something built on labor. Next time, I'll stay here a little longer. Magnolia has its own stories to tell.